Good morning. This is fabulous, just to see so much support for such a great organization. I apologize up front because my voice is not the greatest. I wanted to tell you a little bit about our family, specifically about my daughter, Mickayla. Mickayla came to live with us when she was 4 months old. She's actually my biological great niece. We thought at the time that we were fostering her in hopes of her maybe going back to live with her birth mom. Birth mom was not able to pull her life together enough, and in a very short amount of time we had fallen in love with Mickayla to the point that we were hoping to be able to adopt her. That did happen. We adopted her at 1 year old. What an amazing, amazing person. As a baby, very easygoing, very outgoing. We go to just about anybody. When I look back now, because I have another daughter, I have a biological daughter that's younger, I was able to compare later and look back and see that she was probably struggling even back then. But you know, when you're a first-time mom, you just think this must be a rough road. So toddler years, preschool years were challenging, very challenging. Mickayla struggled a lot. She struggled with school. She struggled in social situations. She struggled at home. School. Once she started preschool and kindergarten, it became very evident that she was not coping well with the school setting. Super, super smart, always been ahead, academically, but socially, the stress of being in school, the anxiety that goes with it, very, very challenging for her. She was diagnosed ADHD at age 5. I kind of felt like that diagnosis was because at age 5 you don't diagnose children with something other than ADHD. I can look back now and I can tell you for sure that it was not ADHD. By age 6, I'm talking 6 years old, she was suicidal. And you haven't lived in life till you've held your 6-year-old who wants to kill herself. Whew, sorry. By age 9, we finally got a diagnosis that I felt was appropriate, bipolar disorder. But 9 years old, that's pretty young for such a severe mental illness. It doesn't like it started at age 9, but as a parent to hear that, it's kind of a mixed bag. You're a little bit relieved because now you have a game plan. You can move forward. Okay, this is what it is. This is what we're dealing with. Let's move forward from there. But you also are kind of blindsided with the fact that that's a severe illness. By 13, Mickayla had her first psychiatric hospitalization, and it was following a complete psychotic break. I watched her go from fine to not dealing with reality. Pretty much her childhood has been a never-ending cycle of depression, mania, psychosis, and then we would have brief periods of stability where we would try to cram in all the things that normal families do. So, because in the midst of all of this, we're still a family. I have another child. We have jobs. We own a business. We're a very calm family. So, the chaos that going along with this illness, the stability times gave us a chance to just really enjoy Mickayla and enjoy being a parent. All of this illness was chased by handfuls of medication. I can't tell you how many different medications Mickayla's been hours and hours and hours of therapy. I will get to that in a moment, but I felt like in spite of all of that, this would have been up until about 2.5 years ago, Mickayla continued to spiral out of control. I always felt a little bit like I was putting out fires all of the time. Later, other diagnoses would come. Her bipolar disorder has been changed to schizoaffective disorder, which is on the bipolar spectrum, but it kind of encompasses her psychosis along with the struggles that she has with the bipolar depression and mania. She's also been diagnosed OCD and her anxiety disorder, which I feel honestly is probably the worst of all three of those, is the anxiety. I wrote a poem for myself, actually, to kind of help me get my feelings on paper. I think journaling and poem writing and things like that are very therapeutic. I wanted to share it with you, though, because I think it gives you a good idea of what it's like to help somebody and be there with somebody as they slip through into psychosis. It's called Slipping Away. And I'm going to try to do this without crying. There she goes, slipping away. She knows she's leaving. She wants to stay. Stay where it's safe and her memories are hers, where the animals don't talk and no one tries to kill her. Stay where we are her loving parents, not threats to her and her circumstance. She begs me to stop the impending trip, to somehow pull her from the quickening slip. I wish I could. If I could, I would. I would go in her place. I'd slay the demons and leave no trace. Gone from her mind, no way to return. I'd light the fire and I'd watch them burn. But no, I'm not the hero I want to be. These demons aren't the kind you see. I can't stop the train. It's pulling into the station. She's leaving soon, but it's no vacation. Her shell will still be here, begging to get off. I'll give her the pills. I pray it's enough. Here, this one is red, this one is blue. These will help, so I give her 2. Finally, I drag her off the train. The demons fight to remain. The psych hospital becomes her second home. She begs me not to leave her alone. But I have to go. They won't let me stay. They can't make her better with me in the way. They hold her screaming while I walk away. Walk through the door, don't look back, collapse on the floor. Scream in the car, I can't take much more. Please God help them find her, she has slipped away. I watched her leave, and yet she stayed. Everyone says to take care of myself while they take care of her. Sleep in, call friends, get a pedicure. But I can't eat, I can't sleep or stop pacing. My heart feels like it's constantly racing. She's fighting the demons inside her head, and I'm supposed to just relax in my bed? Then finally, a glimpse. They think she's coming back. The demons are slowly slipping back. She's winning the battle against her mind. She's braver than most. She's one of a kind. It's just a glimpse, but yes, it's her. She's clawing to sanity, I'm afraid to be sure. Slowly she comes and the demons slip. She pulls away from their deathly grip. She's glad to be back, but doesn't recall her trip down the track. That's good. I wish I too could forget, not have to replay the things she'd regret. There will eventually be another trip. I'll watch her slip while she begs to stay. I'll hold her tight and we will pray. But for now, she's here, so I fight the fear. She'll slip again, I know she will, but I choose to enjoy while she's with me still. I hope that kind of paints a good picture for you of what it's like. It's a very typical slip into psychosis. You do very much feel like this person is still standing in front of me, but she's not here anymore. So imagine going through all of this as a family, as Mickayla, as her mom, alone, with no services, no help. We did that for years. too many years. Mickayla had an amazing psychiatrist and still sees him today, has been her psychiatrist since she was 8 years old. She saw a counselor that was also wonderful. But as far as services for our family, as far as support for myself, for my other child, guidance when I feel like I'm just at the end of my rope and I don't know where to turn, we didn't have that. Highfields gave us that. Susan Greer had come into our lives. She's actually from Community Mental Health. And for those of you who aren't aware, Community Mental Health works closely with Highfields through their wraparound program. When Susan came into our lives, she recognized right away that Mickayla would qualify for a severely emotionally disturbed waiver program, which is basically a program through the state that then allowed us to receive wraparound services from Highfields. Our lives instantly changed from the moment Highfields came into our lives. Sammy Riddle, who is actually here today, was our first wraparound service facilitator, and I'll just be honest, I had a little bit of a chip on my shoulder because I kind of felt like, look, I got this. I've been doing this since she was a baby. I don't really need any help. I'm okay. I wasn't okay. And as much as I wanted to convince myself that I was, until I had somebody put their arm around me and reach out to me, that's when I realized that you can't do this alone. So later, Sammy left Highfields, and I didn't think that I would survive. But then came Erica Phillips. I bonded instantly with Erica, and she's been amazing. Basically, our services, we didn't miss a beat. We immediately got right to work. Erica has helped Mickayla with some pretty big breakthroughs with opening up, talking about her feelings, which is huge because Mickayla's always struggled with that. Years of counseling and therapy, it doesn't matter. It doesn't do any good if you're not willing to step in and participate. So between CMH and it was Susan Greer and Sarah Adler, Mickayla's other therapist through Community Mental Health, Erica and Sarah basically became my glue. There were times that I felt like I was falling apart, and I had never allowed myself to feel that way before because I had it all under control. I can do it myself. I feel like I personally have had a lot of healing because of the opportunity to reach out to them, because they are always there. And when I say always there, I mean always there. Weekends, I can text or call Erica any time of the day, and she will answer me any time of the day. Because with mental illness, it doesn't matter if it's 2 in the morning. If she's struggling with psychosis and it's 2 in the morning, it's 2 in the morning. And Erica has always been there for me through Highfields. I cannot thank her enough. The other thing that has come out of this is I don't have to go to things alone anymore. I don't have to go to her IEP meetings alone. IEP meetings for school allow Mickayla to receive the services that she needs to be successful in school. As I said earlier, she's a pretty bright kid. It's the school setting that's very difficult for her. Through these IEP meetings, we were able to work with the school, and they now send teachers to the house to work with her through online programs. That would have never happened if it wasn't for Highfields. I'm pretty happy to say that I feel like Mickayla's come a very long way. We've had a long period of stability right now. I feel like maybe we're on the other side of puberty. She's 17. Maybe we're going to work this out and she's going to do well. But one thing I do know about Mickayla is stability or not, she will do well. She's an amazing person. Of course, I would say that because she's my child, but she told me in 9th grade that she wanted to graduate on time with her class. And I felt like, as a parent, what a great goal, because she misses a lot of school because of her illnesses. At that time, she was still in the public school setting, and her freshman year, she missed about probably 5 months of the school year. She had 3 hospitalizations in the course of 4 months. She finished that school year with 1 credit. And I felt like, oh boy, there goes her goal. And without the goal, will she still hang in there? And she did. The online classes helped her be able to refocus. And she's actually set to graduate this year with her class on time. And with a 3.4 grade point average. So I'd like to wrap this up by saying that I feel like Mickayla's success, our success as a family, our ability to handle things is definitely attributed to Highfields. The scope of their services is beyond what I think most people realize. Mickayla's one of the very few kids that has a severe, true mental illness. And I feel like they stepped in and put their arms around us and said, we're here for you, we're going to help you, it's going to be okay. So I'd like to thank them for that. I wanted to introduce my daughter, Mickayla, also. She just had knee surgery, so.
Hi. It's been a rough 17 years, but with the help of Highfields and everybody else, I have finally got through it. Right now, I am doing 4 credits. I am almost done with one of my credits already, and I'm hoping to get done early in the winter. And I hope in the future I'll be able to have a lovely family and be with kids that I want. But I just like to say thank you for all the support.